Hello there, good morning. Welcome to the Half Yard Sewing Club Sew Along. Put the stuff out the way. So how are we doing this morning? How many of you are going to actually be sewing along with me? So I've just dropped my ruler, got my keyboard out the way and kicked my pedal. That's a good start, isn't it? Morning Jackie, morning Joe, morning Gilly, and who's on YouTube. My Daisy, hello. Janet, Heather, Diana, Sazzle, hello. Linda, Sue, Dee, Lisa Brown, and Julian, Brenda, and Eva, and Grace. And oh my gosh, we're really busy. And hello, Lynn, Amanda, Betty on Facebook. Price, oh, pieces cut. Oh, jolly good, Brenda. It's quite an easy one. This is what we're doing today. So hopefully you've got your fabric requirements and everything cut, but it's quite a quick, easy project. But we'll take it quite slowly anyway. So it's a drawstring bag with pockets on the front and pockets on the back, and put more pockets on the inside if you like. But I'm thinking storage, because it's a great place to put your tweezers and your pens and your notions and bits and bobs, or even I've seen comments from you that you're going to be making this as a knitting bag. Morning Alana, Pamela, hello, Sandra and Jane, Dominica, hello. Happy sewing today, she says. Hi Linda, just finished Maddie. Oh, fabulous. Put a picture on the Half Yard Club page, won't you? Morning Michelle. So, oh no, Linda's fractured bones in her wrist. Oh dear. Can you sew with the other hand then? Morning from Cyprus, says Anne. And another Anne, hello to you too. And Susan on our Arimba. Is that in Australia? I've not heard of that one. Didn't have fusible, 502 spray. Oh yeah, 505, absolutely Brenda, yes. You don't have to make it adhesive, but I just think it helps. Hi Chris, Elena, hello to you too. Making placemats with the autumn panel, that's a nice idea. So let me tell you a little bit about the Half Yard Club if you're new to us this morning. If you are new, come and say hello. Are you one of the silent watchers? I know there's hundreds of you, but come and say hello for the first time. We're ever such a friendly bunch. So as you can see, we're on the Half Yard Club Facebook page and regular YouTube. Half Yard Club is really busy actually. We're kind of taking over the sewing world somewhat. Got thousands of members now all over the world, and it is a monthly subscription website. Well, it's a subscription website. You can pay yearly if you like. So it's £5.99 a month or £60 for a year. So if you, and that's whatever currency you are around the world. I think that's $99. Can't remember the monthly, $9.99. And so you save 2 months basically if you join up for a whole year. Every month you receive a main project with video and video instructions and step-by-steps with photographs and a downloadable pattern if necessary. And then halfway through the month you get a secondary project with a pattern if necessary, but without the video this time. And then there's the block of the month on top of that, and lots of hints and tips. And we're going to start putting up some of the techniques pages that I write for Sew Magazine. So they're going to start going on every month as well. So that with Sew Magazine's blessing, of course. So working with those too. So we've got lots going on. Now the projects are taken down after 2 years. So if you sign up today, you're going to have 2 years worth of projects, which is 48 projects in total. Plus your block of the month. The block of the month is not taken down after 2 years, so we're halfway through year 4 at the moment, aren't we? So you'll have access to all of those previous blocks of the month, and also every month we bring something back for you. So this month it's Birthday Bear. Mine's a little bit different to the one that you're going to have because I put the bunting on a wire. He's got his between his 2 paws, so that one's come back again. Matching your make today. Oh yes, that was planned. Not at all, thank you. Now the main project comes out on the 1st of the month. So next month it's going to be the child's backpack. It's quite a big backpack, to be honest, so you could use it for yourself. You need to make the straps a little bit longer. And this will have, the video with it as well. So if it's the first time, this needs ironing actually, but if it's the first time you've made anything like this, then it's a little bit less daunting when you've got a video to explain it. There's only one pattern piece, which is for the front and the back with the arch shape. And I said before, but I don't see the point in giving you lots of patterns to print out and waste your ink and paper if it's squares and rectangles. The rest of this is squares and rectangles. So there's a patch pocket on the back, you've got adjustable straps, mesh pockets on the side. You could use fabric for that if you wanted to instead. There's a zip pocket on the front, and then on the inside there are 4 patch pockets as well, so lots of room to put little drinks in the side. It could be a sports bag, a school bag, a play bag, a weekend away bag. That's entirely up to you. So I've used brightly coloured canvas for this one. It could be denim, it could be and I've just used a I've forgotten what it's called, the fusible fleece, the heavy one. That's completely gone from my mind. H640. I've used H640. You could use H630 or a firm stabilizer. It needs something inside there to make it a little bit firmer. But you could use cotton. So if you know you've got Harry Potter fabric or something like that, you can certainly use that. Or if you're making this for a grown-up, then maybe faux leather would be very nice. That's entirely up to you. Or your team's colours, I was thinking as well, if that's going to be a school bag, would be a nice idea. Thanks, Helene. Hi, Tilly. Tilly's buffering this morning. Okay, as a front rucksack. Oh yes, that's a good idea, Sue. Because it's not too big. So if it's on your knee, it's meant for a child, not a toddler size, but a child size, then that's quite nice on your knee. That's a good idea. Looking forward to this morning's demo when recovering from knee surgery, Sheila. Oh dear, I hope you're okay. Hi Jill, sorry if I missed anybody, because the comments are coming through thick and fast this morning. So that's that. And then something for the grown-ups is going to be the secondary project. Haven't made it yet, but that's going to be like a cosmetic or a storage bag with flaps that open up and somewhere to put all your pens and pencils and brushes and things like that. So your secondary project for this month that's just come out is this. We'll have a look if anybody's made this in just a second. Oh, that's upside down. It's a garden poof. And I say it's for a garden because I've actually laminated the bottom of it with Eau-de Coat, so it's not going to get damp while it's outside. So you can see we have quite a range of different types of projects, different types of sewing. We're not all dressmaking, we're not all quilting, we're not all bag making, but we do some of everything. Fancy dress costumes, overnight bags, storage boxes. There's so many different projects on there, and we try and make them achievable for anybody. So even if you're a complete beginner, you can come along and have a go. Hi Sue, hi Lisa. So I'll quickly show you around the Half Yard Club because this is what it's all about today. Oh, if you do want to join, and I know Lisa's going to be on the ball, if you go through to checkout, go to halfyardsewingclub.com. When you go through to checkout, so you'll have to fill in all of your details and everything, there's a coupon box, and put the word welcome in capital letters, and you'll get a free month. And that's whether you're going to go for a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription. You can have a whole free month. So you can have a look around, you can make some of the projects if you want to, and see whether it's for you or not. And it'll automatically be cancelled if you don't want to carry on with that. If you do have any questions, then it's info@halfyardsewingclub.com, and one of the team will get back to you. I don't deal with admin. I do the creative, I do the photography, I do the videography. But I work with a really passionate, dedicated team, which is Caroline. We have Emily, who's my editor. We have Sophie and Claire, who are social media, so they'll be sending out your newsletters and updates on Instagram and the Facebook page and all that kind of thing. They'll probably be answering any questions that you have as well when you email that email address. Then we have Emma, who's graphic designer, who makes all the patterns up for me, and we have Betsy, who proofreads all of the projects as well, and of course Kim works with me too. So we're quite a big team, but everybody loves working there. We're very passionate about our Half Yard Club. Janetson's dogs had 9 puppies. Want to see pictures? So this is the website. I'm not actually logged in at the moment, but that's what it looks like when you come and join us. So again, it's www.halfyardsewingclub.com. So without signing in, this is what you see. You can buy gift certificates as well without actually becoming a member. You can buy them from this homepage, and you'll have a taster of the projects. Oh, and you get special offers as well on so many different books and things too. So let's sign in. And whoops, oh come on, it normally goes straight to it, do apologise. So that's me signed in. So let's have a look at the sewing projects. There's the poof. Let's see if anybody's made this actually, because you can upload your own pictures. Oh, you haven't done yet. Do put some pictures on there if you have made it. Birthday Bear, come back again. We've got Maddie and Robin's onesies, the block of the month, those boxes that are behind me. This is a project that's come back again. In fact, that was one of the first projects that we did, which is a satchel. Overnight bag, more block of the month, that's the cushion behind me. We had curtains and cushions that match. A tool belt, a reversible sun hat, that's another one that came back. We've got a summer skirt that doesn't need a pattern, it's made to measure. Bags, the doll's house is still there. 2 years worth of projects. The first day that you join, as soon as you join, as soon as you get your membership, you have access to all of these projects. Sewing machine bag, Rosie the reindeer, exploding box. Some of them are big projects, some of them are smaller projects. Some of them are going to take you a while and some of them are quite quick, but they're really varied. We've got homewares, cushion covers, a reversible jacket, an apron, another bag. These are the blocks of the month, so again you've got access to all of those, and always will do for those. Child's poncho, baby backpack, that's one of my favourites. There's pages and pages of them, as you can see. So that's what you're actually getting. That's what you're paying your £5.99 for, alongside tips and techniques. So top stitching, sewing with the perfect tension, pattern matching, sewing with different types of fabric, and that goes all the way down to actually make a shirt and bits and bobs. So cuffs and sleeve insertion, collars and stands. There's how to adjust the hips and the bust on patterns, because they'll always need doing. So lots and lots of hints and tips there. And what else have we got? Ask a member. Now, I haven't looked on this for a couple of days, so apologise if I'm not answering. But you asked the question, and if I don't get back to you, somebody else will get back to you. It could be one of our team, it could be one of you. But this is just a way for you to get interactive. So you some of you show pictures on here as well. Oh yes, and you do get your 10% discount on my website. So I just want to explain that the Debbie Shaw Sewing website is a shop. Half Yard Sewing Club is a club. Two completely separate websites. If you are a Half Yard Club member and you go to the Debbie Shaw Sewing website, there is a code on the Half Yard Club website that you can use on the Debbie Shaw Sewing website to give you 10% discount on anything. And sometimes we do double discount, so you get 20% discount. Might come up with one of those soon, you never know. Oh right, we'll get on with some sewing in just a second. I just want to mention while I was talking about the Debbie Shaw Sewing website, we have the Royal Mail have been on strike, you probably heard, on Friday. I think they've got 3 or 4 more odd days coming up. I can't remember the dates, so please bear with us. We're getting our post processed on time to the post office on time. It's not being picked up at the moment because of the strikes, and it has a knock-on effect from when this has happened previously. So it doesn't mean that this morning, because they're open again and they're up and running, that everything's back to normal. It's going to take a few days, so everything's running slowly if it's Royal Mail at the moment, so I do apologise. Right, Hayley, first time sewing along, you're going to try and keep up. Right, so welcome along. So let's get going. So again, this is what we're making, drawstring bag with pockets. I did put all the fabric requirements on a Facebook post, so if you haven't noticed that yet and you want to make it at some other point, have a look back through the old post and you'll see it there. And if you've subscribed to my YouTube channel, then I would have sent out a message to everybody with all of your materials. So this is what we've got. So there's my ribbon, I haven't measured that yet. H630 I'm using. You will need some kind of fleece, but it could just be interfacing or anything like that. So that's lining. 2 pieces of lining and 2 pieces of outer fabric, each measuring 13 inches square. Susie wants a ditty. When I've got time, Susie, there will be ditties. A bit busy at the moment. I've got another fabric range to design by Monday. So that's by the by. So those are my squares for the front and the back and the lining. And then the pockets for the front and the back are these. And those measure 12 inches by 13 inches. So these are going to sit on the front of the pocket like so. But sorry, the front of the bag, but they will be folded in half like that. That's why they're 12 inches. And then the channels for the top are 12 inches by 3 inches, and these are going to be folded in half. So let's make up the pockets first of all. So you'll take your two, oh no, we won't. We're going to put fusible fleece on the wrong side of this. So I'm just going to heat up my iron. Oh, Tilly's got the same outer fabric, really? It's lovely, isn't it? That's one of the latest Simplicity, the beach fabrics. And I'm using, actually it's a brand new blue that we've got on the Debbie Shaw Sewing website. This is called Davis Blue. And it's extra wide, it's 140 wide, but I thought it matched perfectly with this. Anyway, it's 6:30. Morning, Roxanne. Oh, Denise says, I always keep saying the club is great, very good value with many projects too. Thank you. Anybody just joined? Have we persuaded you? It's a very, how can I say, a professional club. There's a lot of us working on it. We do have designers, we do have editors, we do have proofreaders. So 99.9% of the time the projects are perfect when they go out there. We have, by the by, Mary, the team are absolutely dedicated. Customer service is amazing. Again, that's not me. If you email me with any of the questions about the Half Yard Club or signing in or forgotten passwords or anything, I just pass them on to the girls. So they're all the customer service, and they're brilliant. And they're a really nice bunch, so it's a pleasure to work with them, to be honest. It's one of the things I enjoy doing more than anything. And we listen to you as well. So we do get inundated, I have to say, with ideas for forthcoming projects, and we can't do all of them, but it is nice to hear what you want from the club as well. So we don't just ignore those and do what we want, we do take that into account. Oh, Medaisy's just ordered the fabric. What's your name, Medaisy? I'm sure I've asked you before. Or do you just want to be Medaisy? Maybe it's just Daisy. Maybe that's your name. Second email about the birds bundle. Yes, I did, Rita. They're a little bit short-staffed at the suppliers, apparently, so they're going to be sending it out on Wednesday. So hopefully we'll have it in stock. On Tuesday. So we'll have it in stock on Wednesday. But I put one by for you. Thank you, Mary. It is a very friendly club. Elaine's excited because today's class will help me get a larger bag done for my grandson to take to football stuff in. That's a good idea. I planned a drawstring, she said. So anyway, I'm just ironing the H630 onto the wrong side. If you haven't got your fusible, then yes, 505 spray would work really well. That's a temporary basting spray. Or if you just wanted to use a sew-in, it's not a problem really, because we're going to put the pocket across the front, which will secure the interfacing to the bag anyway. So you could just use wadding if you've got some 8-20. That would work fine as well. That's right, Brenda, cut your fleece 26 to 13 because it's two pieces. So you've got your two outer pieces which measure 26 inches across when they're together by 13 inches. Mine's just a bit big because I haven't cut it down to size as yet. Trudy is, I'm never a sewing, although I've done small projects for years, very simple. My daughter's wanting to learn. Can you direct me to in good direction for things to teach her? How old is she? Because I do have a whole section on my YouTube website aimed at children. So if you go to YouTube and put in my name, Debbie Shaw, and then go to videos and playlists, and it'll be on there. Learn to Sew Kids, it's called. I need to finish my everyday, but I had issues with my foot and back. Oh dear. Oh, I hope you're right, Amanda. Elaine's just bought a bolt of fusible preset at half price. Oh, well done. Where did you get that from? Thanks, Laura. No, it's a new iron, Rosina. I never found the old iron. I think I left it at Create and Craft and it got snazzled. So I got a new one. If I find the old one, then always use them. Right, let's pop that down there. And I'll just trim this back. So if you've cut your fleece to size already, you won't be doing this. It'll just bind it to the back of just the outer fabric. Let's, any of your grandchildren keen on sewing projects yet? My eldest they're all here still. My eldest granddaughter, who's 7, is showing interest but gets bored very quickly. So when she came over, because I've had them all week this week, and when she first came over on the first day, Grandma, can we make a dress? But the thing is, I said, oh yes, go and find some fabric, and she's wandered off. She's she doesn't quite understand, I think, how long things take. She thinks she can just go dress. So when she's a little bit more patient, then definitely. Thank you, Chris. Right, so we've got that. Oh, while I'm there with the iron, oh no, I'm not. I'll do that in a minute. So let's take the pocket pieces. And these are 12 by 13. So I've got the 13 inches across the long side, and we're going to put the two 13 inches together. That will be right sides together if you're using a printed fabric. And we're just going to sew down that long side, and I'm kind of using 1/4 inch seam allowance, or just a bit over, because I tend to use the edge of my presser foot as my guide. So just sewing these together to make 2 tubes. You can pin if you wish. I find it easier not to be honest. Just lining up the edges as you sew. And then take the second 2 pieces and sew those into a tube. I've frozen on I haven't frozen on my Facebook. Must be an internet connection if it's frozen. Here in Panama City, Florida, and had the Pellon, is that what it is in America? I'm quite often asked that. I'm not sure. I've not used Pellon. But it's a fusible fleece, basically, is what I'm using. We're okay on Laura and Olive, so must be your internet. So let's turn this the right side out. 6 a.m. comes fast. 6 a.m. Peggy Sue, I know. Bobbin got me up this morning at around about that time because she wanted to sit at the bottom of the stairs. Didn't want to eat, didn't want to go out, just wanted to sit at the bottom of the stairs. So early morning for me too today. So I've turned those the right side out and we'll iron that. So is anybody joining up? Come and let me know. Have you got any questions about the Half Yard Club? If I can help, then do come and let me know. Anybody been there right from the beginning? How many of the projects have you made? And oh, hello Sylvia and Kissy Me. And what's your favourite thing to sew? I know a lot of you like the bags. I love making bags. I love designing bags. I love just coming up with the ideas, or seeing a bag and think, well, I like that bag, but I'd do it this way, or I'd have more pockets there, or I'd make it into a backpack or something. That's what I like to do. I do dressmake. That's what I'm trained in. That's what my mum was. That's what I've been brought up to do, and that's what my daughter does. But I do like I like this kind of thing personally. But on the club, we've got dressmaking, we've got quilting, we've got all kinds of things. We'll be looking at some dressmaking patterns for next year as well, but that probably won't be until about June. My body is conditioned now to wake up at 5:55 a.m. on a Saturday, Rita. So I've just done, let me show you really quickly. When I've ironed it, I've just rolled the seam over because it's a lot easier to just put it out of the way. That's going to go to the back, then try and get the seam right on the edge. So yeah, the seam will go to the bottom Brenda, but you're not going to see it from the front. So I've just done that. Oh, if you've got a directional fabric, then yes, seam. It doesn't matter really if it's seam at the bottom. That's what we're going to do. Mary says, label your stuff, then you leave it at any. That's a good. Oh yes, actually. While you're there, I'm just going a little bit slow because I want everyone to catch up if you are sewing along. I've got a Sharpie. Debbie. That's hot. Not going to lose it next time, am I? And these are supposed to be permanent, aren't they? Right? Because I'll be back there on the 18th. I've got some new fabric panels, new to them anyway. And on the 11th, which is a Sunday morning, we are having a book show with Search Press. It's their anniversary show. Did anybody watch that we did on the Old Crate and Craft last year? And we had, I think Charlie was presenting and James came, who's their senior salesperson. And then we had some authors as well, and it was really nice because it was a show all about chatting about Search Press and writing books, and it was all very booky kind of thing, but he brings you some really good offers as well. I can't remember what time it is. In fact, no, there's two shows. Was it 9 and 12? Can't remember, but that's on the 11th on a Sunday morning, and there will be James there again. I don't know who's presenting. Myself, Tilly Rose, Jennifer Taylor, and who else is going to come? Carolyn Forster. So you've got some really big names in the world of sewing there as well, so that's going to be a nice show. Right, so yes, I'm going to put the seam at the bottom and we'll sew or just top stitch straight across the top because it looks nice and it helps to keep the fabric in place as well. So I'm using a grey thread with this one. Light blue would have been nice because that would have matched the fabric, or even a lemon actually would look really nice with the fabric. How are we doing, Brenda? We're keeping up. Laura's made so many sew-along tote bags from YouTube, always admired from everyone. I do have quite a few projects on YouTube, maybe 400. So if you're ever stuck for something to sew, do take a look. Right. Sylvia's still struggling putting zips in. What kind of zips are you struggling with? Because that's the kind of thing that we can do on a Wednesday. We've done invisible zips. We've done the covered zip, didn't we? Where you put a pleat over the zip. And we did a lapped zip. So what are you struggling with? And we'll see if we can have a go one Wednesday. Linda's just going to cut out fabric for the simple tote bag with a matching simple wallet for a gift. That's a nice idea. Amanda's attempting to make the skirt from the club. I've cut the material out. Cutting out is a bit of a nightmare, I find. I'm not very good at cutting in straight lines. I think I need a bigger table. How about the floor, Annabelle? Particularly if are you using viscose for that, which it can be quite fluid. It tends to move a little bit. Eve says, I'll tell you what I've got on my dining table, a huge piece of MDF board, because dining tables, well, it's a bit bigger than this, isn't it, dining table size, but Gary actually bought, well, if you go to B&Q, they can cut it for you in some branches, and they had a big piece of MDF cut. So if I'm cutting something big, I've got a big cutting mat, but not quite that big, but I can lay it out on this big board so it keeps it nice and flat. So if you're doing it a lot, then it might be worth looking at that. Who was that? Eve. Hi Eve, she says, if anyone's on the edge of the fence on whether or not to join, please jump in and be with us. These ladies are very knowledgeable, kind, polite, helpful. Oh, you'll make them so big-headed. And then Debbie's people, oh, you've gone, there you are. Debbie's people are crazy loving enough to even work at weekends. They just support all Debbie does. Thank you. Join up. It's my only Christmas present and it's worth it. Oh, thank you, Eve. What a lovely thing to say. You might find if you do email at the weekend, Caroline and Claire certainly are there at weekends. I mean, it's not their job to do that at the weekends, but you'll quite often find them replying, which is really lovely. Alive on identifying different fabrics. That's a nice idea, Rosina. We'll take note of that. I'll go and get some swatches from the office. James says if I use the floor, the cat thinks I put it down for her. I get that with bobbing. You know, even if I've got a piece of fabric that big on the floor and the rest of the room is clear, she'll sit on that. Yeah, but it's attention seeking, I think. A trouser zip, that's a good one, like a fly. All right, then. I need to get a pattern for that one. I've found on Facebook is closed out. Oh, hang on a minute. Eve says, can someone help? I found the Facebook that is closed out. Where is the one that's opened? I don't know what that is, but can anybody else help there? Annabelle, lovely, hello. Lorraine's managed to use a rotary cutter at last. Oh, hi Elizabeth, says I've been a member of the Half Yard Club from the beginning. Love the yearly, the monthly projects and the inspiration that it gives. Great to be a member, love it. Thank you. Advice to let viscose hang for a few days. Oh, that's a good idea. Lisa says if you're making that summer skirt, if you're working with viscose, let it hang for a few days. And particularly because it's cut on the bias, because if you imagine you've got a bias cut like that and the weight of the fabric can kind of do that. So let it hang before hemming. A really good tip, thank you. Will the pattern be on the club site? For this one, Suze, no, this is a free one for everybody. Let's carry on. And now you've got a ruler ready. Because we're going to put the pocket over the front of the bag. 2 1/4 inches from the bottom. Okay, and we'll stick a few pins in there. Mary bought a fold-up cutting mat years ago, designed for cutting with scissors, but extends the dining table enough for laying out patterns. That's a good idea. Maggie, the bag on the shelf behind me. So excuse me while I just get up and pick it up. This is one of your projects. This is one of the main ones that came with video. I can't remember what month it was from, I'm afraid. But it's not actually a bag, it's a folder. So it's got pockets and pen pockets, and it fastens with a clasp and a zip pocket and a mesh pocket on the back as well, so you can keep all of your bits and bobs in there. Thank you.
I found this in the garden, Grandma.
What's that dirty thing you've found in the garden?
It was just wandering around the garden.
Hi, sweetie. What are you doing? Are you playing in the garden? Have you been on the swing? Yeah, what have you been doing? It says about 3 or 4 words. You're right in front of the camera there.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, you playing with Grandad?
Well, go ahead.
And the girls? He's all bewildered. Get on then.
Go on then.
On to Grandad. Good boy.
He's a good boy.
Oh, so sweet.
See you later, Grandma.
Thanks for the coffee.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh. Where should I put that? He's been an angel. He'll be 2 in November, and he's absolute angel. He's gorgeous. Doesn't really speak. But you know what? When he starts, he's never going to stop, is he? He is, Linda. He's gorgeous. He's such a lovely little boy. So yeah, I've had all 3 of them. I had a day off yesterday. We went to Drayton Manor Park. I'm so glad we chose yesterday because we were thinking about going on Tuesday, and it teamed it down with rain on Tuesday. And yesterday was lovely. And my eldest daughter, Beatrice, has never been to a fun fair before. She'd never been on a ride before. She was so excited. Anyway. Sylvia loves the Half Yard Club. Oh, jolly good. He is gorgeous, Linda. I know Sarah's beautiful. So 2 1/4 inches from the bottom, and we're going to sew across the bottom. And I'm folding this in half, just line up the pockets and crease, because I'm going to fold down the centre as well. Now you can make those smaller if you wanted to, so you could make 2 lines down here and make it into 3 pockets, if you wish. Alright, probably is tired. He gets up half the night. I said to Gary yesterday, after having no sleep for the last few nights, because I've slept with 2 of them, and he only wakes up once, but he spins round. It's crazy. You've got your feet in your face, and then he's pinching, and then he's that way, and then it's that way, and oh! So yes, after having no sleep for a few nights, we've decided that we're not going to have any more children. Be a miracle if we did, to be honest, but that's, I can't imagine going through that again every night for 2 years. Anyway, you reckon, Lisa? It looks so much like David, honestly. This is the second half of the pocket, and again we're going 2.5 inches from the bottom. Morning, Brian. And let's do this. I know he's beautiful, Alana. He's got the most wonderful smile as well. You know when babies giggle, he's gorgeous. Yeah, Peggy. Yeah, we've stopped trying now. And again, I'm going to sew straight across the bottom, and I'm going to put dividing pockets down here as well. I would put some kind of divide, because otherwise it's going to be bad. Oh, did I do 2 inches, Amanda? 2.25 inches from the bottom. Did I say 2? Sorry. 2.25. So I'm going to sew across the bottom. I'm just going to put a little stitch in the side to hold the top together within the seam allowance, and then I'll sew a dividing line right down the centre. When would I sew? That's true. Yes, we're probably 15 years too late for that kind of thing. Yeah, I said to you, 3's enough, really, isn't it? We've got 3 kids, 3's enough. They're all here at the moment as well. We've got a house full, it's lovely. Oh, actually, no, Tyler's not. He's on holiday with his girlfriend. They've gone to Italy, but they got the train. So they went to Paris on Tuesday night, and then off to Milan, I think the next stop was. Can't remember. But they'll be in Florence now. Romantic. Oh, that's it. So let's sew the dividing line down the centre. And snip. Alice, we're making a drawstring bag. It is a sew along, so I know we've got Brenda sewing along. Can't remember who else. My son about to have baby number 5. Oh, lovely. But I'm kind of trying to give the dimensions as we go. But if you have a look on the Facebook page, it'll give you all of the materials list and everything on there. No, Sylvia, that is the Hawaiian Applique is one of the projects from the Half Yard Club. It's a secondary project, so there isn't a video for that one, but you do get a pattern and instructions on how to design your own if you wanted to. I really enjoyed doing that. Do the same with this side. Oh, Lisa's feeling better. Jolly good, making a couple of iPad covers today. Nice. Had a romantic train journey to Florence for our honeymoon, says Jo. How lovely. Yeah, I think it's been rather tiring on the train, but they're having a 4-day break before they go on anywhere else. I think they're going to go from Florence down to Rome, and I can't remember. He hasn't texted me for a few days. Down here. So I put my coffee right next to my equipment, so I keep touching it. It's blooming hot. So dividing line down the centre. Yes, Deirdre, I've used the lining fabric for the pocket. I thought it coordinated really well. So I'm actually using a Simplicity Beach fabric, which is brand new on my website on Debbie Shaw Sewing, and this is the new blue fabric that we have in, which is called Davis Blue. Let's snip that. Whoops, throwing pins around now. And let's just snip that off. Lisa started Christmas shopping the other day. Oh, start Christmas shopping the day after Boxing Day. That's a good idea. With 3 grandchildren and limited funds, I spread the shopping throughout the year. You can get some bargains on Boxing Day as well. The blue Persian house fabric can't at the moment, Sylvia, I'm afraid. Our suppliers don't have it in stock. This is Davis Blue, Alana. If you look under new in or new arrivals, it's one of the new ones, and it's 140 centimetres wide. Where's the mouse? What's he done with it this time? Oh! Oh, oh, I see. I moved that, and I moved. Oh, I'll lift it down again in a minute. I didn't know what the mouse was doing with a roll of sellotape back there. It's like she's sozzled again. Right, so we've got 2 pieces now that look like that. And then we're going to make up the channel for the ribbon to go through. So this is the 2 pieces that measure 3 inches by 12 inches. And first up, I'm just going to move my coffee out of the way, because every time I switch cameras I'm going to put my finger in it. So let's move that over there. Right, Brenda's again. Oh, making a bag for knitting. Is it going to be big enough? I don't actually knit. I'm just going to fold the edge over once. I'm not concerned about the raw edge, and that'll be by about 1/4 inch. It'll be fine. And we'll do that. I'll iron it actually. Let's do it properly. And I'm just going to top stitch down there. Yeah, Lisa, she was sober when she arrived, but I keep breathing on her, and that's what happens. I thought I'd just say that before anybody else did. Busy making birthday bear while watching. Oh, Andrea, do you know, it's only a silly little bear, but it's one of my favourites. Gary was saying the other day actually about birthday bear, because we bought felt in specially for it, if you're wondering where to get felt from. It's on the website. And he said you should design a fabric with birthday bear on. He really likes birthday bear. So again, just folding the edge over by about 1/4 inch. Got my name on it now, see. And the same on this side. I never know where he puts her. I took her off this morning when I was tidying, but she appears again. Hello, Diane in Illinois. Welcome along. Right, and then I'm just going to top stitch along each one of those. Right. Oh, Angela's just renewed her membership. Thank you. For a 3rd time, and think it's well worth the money. At the moment, I'm in the process of sewing 5 Christmas quilts for family members as she's away for Christmas. That's a lovely idea. We do have a design in now for next year's block of the month. I can't show you yet, but it's lovely. Next year we're going to do a quilt as you go block of the month. So it's not Christmas themed or anything this time. Block of the month, if you weren't aware, we're going to bring you a block, so a square piece, all different sizes depending what the quilt is, and we give you 1 a month. There's no video for it, but you have all of the cutting instructions. They're all designed by my friend Melissa, and we'll give you 1 every month, so by the end of the year we'll have all made up a quilt. But if you're joining halfway through, so if you're joining today and we're in August, you will still have access to all of the previous ones, so you won't think, oh well, you bring those out in January, it's too late for me. They will always be there. An amazing FPP pattern, planning to make a Christmas gift. Amanda, I've not spent a lot of time doing foundation paper piecing, to be honest. Maybe we should do something for the club like that. A drawstring bag with a perspex front. That's a good idea. It just reminds me. Oh, no, I shouldn't say that. There's a bit. Yeah, well, let's do it anyway. A long time ago, in my youth, when I used to be thin, I entered a beauty contest, which was Miss ATV. I don't know if you remember ATV. And I arrived in Birmingham a little early, so I went shopping, and I found the perfect pair of shoes to wear with my cosy. One of those old-fashioned beauty contests where you have your day wear, your evening wear, and your bathing suit. So I had my bathing suit. It was brown. It was horrible, and it's all I could afford. And I found this amazing pair of sandals that had a perspex top, so it looked like you were just wearing a heel. They're ever so high. It was the late 70s. They were very high, and then the sole, and it had an ankle strap, but all of the top of it was perspex. It was all see-through, so it just made your legs look really, really long. Perfect to wear with the costume. And it was so warm in the studios, they steamed up. So great idea. Makes your legs look really long, but when your feet get hot, your shoes steam up. The Purdy haircut. Oh, yeah. Oh, guess it was 1979. That was, Lisa. And the purdy haircut, well, I thought it was a short back and sides at the time, was because hairdressing products and techniques weren't as advanced as they were now. And I wanted, do you remember shaggy perms? I wanted a shaggy perm, and it was basically just messy hair all over the place. And I wanted white hair because I loved Debbie Harry's look. So off I went and had my shaggy perm and bleach on the same day. So I came away with this amazing shaggy hairstyle that over the next few days was breaking off in about 2-inch increments all over. So when I applied to Miss HEV in 1979, I'd got this wonderful Debbie Harry hairstyle, and by the time they came to filming it, I had very short back and sides with a side parting. I've just, yep, all fell out, so I had to have it all chopped off. What I'm doing is just laying that, so I'm working away and not showing you what I'm doing. I do apologise. So that's folded in half. Yeah, I know, Lisa, 12, I was 19. And with the fold facing inwards, I'm just going to put that in the centre, at the top of the pouch. So I've got a gap on each side, like so. Yes, everybody else in the contest was really glamorous, and Farrah Fawcett was at a height, and it was all the big hair, and I hated it. I won the contest, but I hated the hair. So we'll do that on both sides. Have you ever done that? What's the silliest thing you've ever done for fashion? That was the silliest thing I ever did. And you know, the hairdresser didn't even warn me. But really, perm and bleach on the same day. Oh, no, they wouldn't do that now, would they? Put that on there. Remember my first pair of clogs at school when platforms first came in, and they'd got a wooden sole about 1.5 inches and a high heel, and they were white leather on the top, like a mule on the top. And I got told off so many times. It was quite a strict school I went to, and there I was in them things with my uniform, because I just loved them. I can still remember how they smelt now, like wood and leather. I just loved those clogs. I nearly broke my neck in them though, and I must have looked ridiculous, clumpering around the cloisters at the grammar school in blooming white and wooden clogs, when we should have been wearing brogues. Does Melissa have any of the pants for her courts outside the Half Yard Club? No, she doesn't, Amanda, at the moment. She doesn't have a website or anything like that. Melissa actually contacted me 10 years ago and asked if she could make some samples for me. She'd just retired at the time, and I said yes, of course you can, that would be very nice. And then when I was really busy, when I was with Crafters Companion, I had a design team. Melissa managed them for me, and we just kind of stuck together ever since. We are writing a book together, so it'll be a couple of years because we've only just started on it. One of Melissa's designs again. And it will be, I can't tell you too much about it because it's still in its infancy. It's based on an idea that I had for something similar to a block of the month, but an awful lot more blocks. But that's all I'm going to say about that. But that's going to be a couple of years. What you doing? Oh, sorry, Brenda. Oh, I thought I said. Didn't I say? I'm just sewing that to the top of there. So the channel's facing inwards, that's folded in half. Put it in the centre and then just sew across the top. And that's quite close to the edge because that will be re-sewn when we put the lining on in just a second. So I'll give you a sec to do that. Lisa Fenn, I'm going to send you a proof of the Maddie book. It's about this big and it's on a big roll. You can have it and then you'll shut up. Maddie's coming out in January, honest. The Fat Quarters was about been watching. Yes, Alana, they are. I haven't got them here. The Fat Quarters are 18 inches by 22. So you can do cushion backs, but you'd probably only get one back out of each of the. That'd look nice actually, wouldn't it, with different colours on the back? Or you could actually have one colour on the top and one colour on the bottom, so you've got like a multicoloured panel there as well. Maxi culottes. Oh, maxi culottes, Lynn. Did you fall over? I bet you didn't wear those on your bike. And gnome fabric would be adorable. Yes, I'm thinking about doing a panel with gnomes on it. Things like that won't go to Craft Cotton Company because they have such a big investment when they're designing fabric, and it has to be able to be sold all over the world, and there's a lot of money that goes into that, so it has to be exactly right for them. But with the panels, if I design them and have them printed over here, then they do work out a little bit more expensive, but we don't have to have 800 bolts or something. We can just print what we want to of those. Hello Susan, happy weekend to you too. What was said? Did Sarah have a shaggy perm? Where have you gone? Sarah had a shaggy perm for graduation presentation and thought I looked the bee's knees until I saw the pictures. The mortarboard flattened the top and the rest stuck out like poodle ears. Oh, Noddy Holder. Do you remember an earth shoes? No, earth shoes. They were everything. Everything took clogs off a bit, although I still love a good pair. I don't know what earth shoes are. Hi Karen. Right, so that's where we are, Brenda. So I've got two pieces the same like that. And then we're going to come down here. I'm going to cut a 2-inch square from the bottom. I'll use a little ruler here. So these don't have to be done in this order, by the way. Should we go to 1 3/4 inch square from the bottom? Because then the bottom seam here is going to be right up against the edge of the pocket. Now I've only got a biro, but you're not going to see this, so it doesn't matter. So just going to draw a square around here. Draw a square around here. And this one. So just 1/4 inch shy of the bottom of the pocket. Like so. Because on the actual bag, the seam goes right up to the edge, so it looks like you've got a base in there. And same on this one. Maggie went home after having a shaggy perm and my pregnant cat suddenly went into labour. The shock of seeing her hair. I loved that shaggy perm. It only lasted about a month though. Alana once had a corkscrew perm in the early 90s. Looked like a female Brian May. It was awful. Oh, what I would have done for corkscrew curls. Perms didn't even last very long on my hair. It's just so straight. Okay, and then we need to do the same with the bottom of the lining. Earth shoes aren't the same today. They fit your feet like Cozy Cloud, but look like a great clog. I think I missed the boat with earth shoes. I did the same with the lining pieces, so I'm doing these together just to save a little bit of time. So 1 3/4. And the same over here. And then we need to cut all of these out. Oh, Renette's sewing along, trying to keep up. I'm trying to be slow. I hope I'm being clear enough because I'm kind of chatting at the same time. I'll do a video for this and put it on YouTube. It may be tomorrow. So I'll try and do it as soon as I can so that at least you can get it finished. If you've started today and we kind of lose the way before we get to the end. Any chance you could make a flat bag that is see-through to put underwear? A flat bag. That's the thought. Christina, I shall put some thought into that. That's see-through. Maybe I'll see if I can get hold of some of that clear fabric, the perspex fabric. Not perspex, what's it called? Polythene. Plastic anyway, isn't it? And then, oh, see you Amanda, I'll see you next week. So cut these out like so. And then we'll sew them together. Sally Ann had a root perm In 1979 it broke an inch off. Oh no, an inch from the scalp. Oh, ended up with a short crop. She says we're the same age, but we had the same hairdresser. Keith Halls, I'm going to name and shame. Keith Halls in Long Eaton did that to me. Fashion in the 1970s, says Alan, for earth shoes. I'll have a look at that. Oh, and I like Hemi shouted, if it isn't Fuzzy Bear. Hello, Kathleen. It's not even 4 a.m. yet in Northern California. So are you up late or up early? You've been partying all night or you just can't sleep? An egg collection apron. I don't know, is that a thing? An egg collection. I'm going to put the top of the lining together with the top of the pouch. Thank you, Sue. And I'm going to sew all the way across just the top here. Hi, Janek. A square box divided into 4 squares inside. That might be a nice half-yard project, actually. A bit of work involved in doing that, but that would be good. Okay, so again, I'm just lining up the edges of the top of the bag with the top of the lining. And we'll do that on both pieces. Oops. Don't snip, it didn't snip. And the same on this side. So I'm just checking I'm sewing it to the right side. So line those 2 pieces up. And there we go. Put handles on it actually, that would be nice. Didn't I do a drawstring bag with handles on it? An apron with little pockets for eggs to sit in. So that's for people that keep chickens then. What time is it where we are? It is 11:57 in the UK. Yes, please, to the egg collection apron. We're having chickens. I used to keep chickens years ago. I had loads of them. I had a 65-foot pen at the bottom of the garden. I adored the chickens. Had peacocks, ducks, turkeys, quail, some ornamental ducks. Yeah, I think that was it. And when we moved down, when I got the job in the shopping channel and we moved house, I gave them all away. So we haven't got a place suitable for a 65-foot chicken pen again, but we've got enough room for a little one. So I'm going to get some, what do they call them, recharge batteries. Let's put these 2 right sides together. And I want to make sure that the pockets line up at the top. So I'm going to poke a pin in there. Have you ever tried using some binding? That way both sides are stable and your machine might like that better. That's a good idea. Hello, Shirley in Australia, bought a new sewing machine today. Oh, congratulations. Right, so that's going to go there. Look forward to so many of your patterns, thank you. Oh really, Anna, clear PVC from Dunelm, £2 a metre, that's cheap. Oh, Lynn's having rescued chickens too, lovely. Apparently they, sometimes they can start laying again. I'm lining up the seams here as well because I want those to meet. And the same on this side. Look, so. Lynn's son's getting rescued chickens today. Oh. Okay, so we're going to sew all the way around, apart from the cut-out corners, so don't sew those. We're going to leave a gap in one side of about 4 or 5 inches so you can get your hand through, and then we'll sew down both of these sides and just across the bottom. Oh, at least I thought you had a garden. You've got a little garden at the back. Right, and then let's get sewing. And again, I'm just using the edge of the foot as a guide. So no particular seam allowance. As long as it's consistent, it doesn't really matter. If you preferred working with a, you know, a ½ inch or a centimetre or whatever you're in. Leanna, not only have I had my grandchildren, I've had the grand dog here as well. So Bobbin's playing with him. He doesn't appreciate it. He's 12. But yeah, she loves it when other dogs are here, so I don't get to see much of him. My son's just taken them for a walk, actually. Couldn't swing a mouse out there, never mind a cat or a chicken. Don't swing your chickens. You'll have eggs flying all over the place. Yeah, Pamela, apparently they, when they've lived their life, because they're only a few months old, aren't they? About 6 months old, battery hens. I don't like that. But yeah, then they stop laying, so they're not any good for anybody then, are they? But apparently, so I've heard, when you rehome them, when they become happy again, they can start laying again, which is quite nice. Not bothered about the eggs, to be honest. I just love chickens. I do a very good chicken noise, but I'm not going to embarrass myself. Oh, Connie's got the rainbow birds panel, so she doesn't miss out again. Those went back in. I wanted to have a word. They went back in stock earlier on today, and I think half the stock went like within seconds. If there's anything you want from my website, debbieshawsewing.com, if we're out of stock, you can put your name on a waiting list to be notified when it comes back again. So if it says out of stock, I think it says keep me informed, and if you click on that, you'll automatically, if you've registered with us, you'll automatically get an email to say that it's back in stock again. Which is why when things come back in stock, they sell out so quickly, because people just get an email with a link to click on it to buy it, and they buy it, and then it's gone, and then I'm in trouble. I had a notification, it's sold out. I know, they go straight away. I can't do anything about that. But don't forget, if you're a Half Yard Club member, you get a 10% discount as well. Okay, so you might have seen this many times before. Let's open up the sides so those two bits meet. Now you can see the stitch line from where you put the pocket on the bottom. You can feel where the pocket is, and I just want to run the stitches up against the edge of the pocket. So it doesn't matter if you catch it a little bit, but basically where the edge of the pocket is there, I just want to run the stitches across the top. So I'm not going to pin that. When I come to the seams, I'm going to squish them in opposite directions. Lisa's life is rock and roll. She's just bought an air fryer to cook using less electro. Well, that's a good idea. Air fryer, it's healthier as well, isn't it, air fryer? So impressed I'm buying another. What do you want two for? Right. Again, straight across the bottom, just underneath where the pocket is. And then we'll do the same here. Laura had a name for white pom-poms. We're selling so many white pom-poms at the moment. So where's the pocket side? There we go. So again, that's where I sewed the pocket on. So I'm just going to sew just underneath there. And again, squishing the seam in the opposite directions. And then we need to do the same with the base. So let's open this one out. Hi Eva, I'm picking a favourite pair of pants for my daughter. She wants a few more of this style. Thanks for the wonderful inspiration projects. Thank you, I really appreciate that. It's so nice to have your feedback. Air fryers are amazing, says Alex. Haven't used the oven in over a year. Gary does all the cooking in our house. And we very rarely use the oven. He does most things on the hob. And we had everybody around for lunch a few weeks ago. It was the girls' birthdays. Had a birthday party for them. Was it last week? Week before? And we used the big oven for the first time. It had actually still got the instructions in it. So my sister was quite taken aback. You don't use your oven? Never have. A masterclass in cutting square and using a mat smaller than your fabric. I've been so over 60 years, but also have difficulty getting things square. That's a good idea, Barbara. We can have a look at that. Viv's ordered the bird panel. Yes, we've got the bird panels, and we've also got an offer of bird panels with a pack of fat quarters. The fat quarters are normally £9, but we've done them for £5. So you're saving £4 on fat quarters. Hello, Hardman. Oh, Marilyn, hi. From Victoria, Australia. 9 there. It's great to catch up. Crocheting granny squares for a granddaughter. Oh. My iron sazzle is a Prim mini iron. We sell those on the Debbie Shaw website. Get 10% off, remember, if you're a Half Yard Club member. And it's a lovely little iron. So let's turn this the right side out. Hello, Helen. She's catching up. Alice is going to finally buy a walking foot. My big machine that I use for all of my sewing has a built-in walking foot, and that's really useful because it doesn't clunk like they can do when you put them on machines like this. And it's just there all the time. It makes it really easy. So let's turn this through, and you can see the base is looking quite neat. Not happy with that. I'm going to go back over that and sew a little bit closer. I want to sew right up to the edge of the pocket there. But I think that, because it looks like you've sewn the base in separately, doesn't it? Anne's ordered the birdhouse. Lovely, thank you. So which side was it? That one. And I'm going to just sew over that again and make it closer. Right, I'm sorry I've missed a lot of your comments, but have we got anybody new to the Half Yard Club today? I'd be really interested to know why. Not as in why, but what it was that made you think, yes, I'm going to do it today. Was it a particular project? Is it something that you've been thinking about doing for a while, but you just didn't get around to it? Was it other people's comments on here saying what a nice place it was? Was it the block of the month, the backpack? Just be interested to know why this month. Why have you decided to do it now? Amazing demo on a live YouTube trying to fit a walk. Oh, Lisa, I think I might have even deleted that how to fit a walking foot. That's better. Look. So I've just sewn right up against the edge there. I've just got a loose thread. Which got my hand stuck. I need to chop that off. Okay, so we've got a little hole in the side. So if I pull the two edges of that away from each other, the ends fold in, and then I can sew straight across there to close it. Like so. I could have used the same colour thread, but that's on the side of the inside of the bag, so that's not going to be seen. What would you use for the base of the bag to make it sturdy? We have some mesh bag base on the website, actually. So I'd use that because it's plastic, so it doesn't matter if it gets damp, because you never know where you're going to put it down. Or you could use MDF. If you cut a piece of the same size, you could use a very heavy card, but remember not to get that damp. But I like the mesh, in which case I'd leave the hole bigger in the side, and at this point push that into the base, and then put your hand inside and maybe just put a few stitches in the seam through the bag and through the base as well, and then push the lining on the inside so the base is trapped in between the lining and the outside of the bag. Right, so I'm just going to iron around the top. Looking good, isn't it? This fabric works really well. I only kind of threw it together this morning because I'd got the Simplicity fabric, but I thought maybe a lemon would have gone. But this one, it goes perfectly. It works really well together. So over on this side again, just pull the lining flat so the seams are around the top. I will sew this as well. Laura's asked for a half-yard subscription for Christmas. Oh, I don't know, Laura. Drop the girls a line. I don't know what, if you're wondering, Laura said, I've asked for a half yard subscription for Christmas. If someone buys it, will it link to my existing subscription? Not sure how that works, but yeah, if you email the info at, then one of the girls, it'll probably be Claire or Caroline probably will get back to you about that one. Hello Anne-Marie, better late than never. It looks really nice, doesn't it? Really pleased with it. Right, so I've done that. And then I'm just going to sew around the top. So just around the top underneath the seam there. So you can use the free arm on your sewing machine if you wish. To be honest, I don't have one on my main machine, so I find it easier. I'm more used to sewing without the free arm, so I'm sewing from the inside. And just make sure that this is all pulled away from the seam like so. And you can lengthen the stitch for this because it's only a top stitch. A bit lumpy on the seams, you may need to give it a bit of a shove. I've got my hand right in front of it, haven't I? That's clever. And that's better. So my son in Italy is trying to phone. I don't know whether that's good or not. It's either to tell him what a good time he's having or he's run out of money. And background there. So that's that. And then finally I'm going to take my ribbon and go that way. So I think I did give the measurements for the ribbon, but they're basically just a bit longer than the width of the bag, so that'll be 26 inches or so, and then that one like that. So I have to just text my son because he's ringing non-stop. Do apologise. Tell him 5 minutes. Live stream. Sorry about that. It's just ringing constantly, so obviously desperate to get hold of me for something. So we'll take the ribbon, and I used a wider ribbon on this one, and to be honest the wider one I think works, but I thought that would have gone really well. Oh, the wider one would have worked better, and that spot would have worked perfect, but I couldn't find any in the colour that I wanted, so it's a little bit thinner because that was the great colour. They do, Connie, don't they? They look really nice together, and again the lemon would have looked nice as well. This blue is perfect. So we're going to go around in this with this elastic, it's not even elastic. I'm going to go around with the ribbon in one direction. Take off the pin and knot the end of these together. And I'm just chopping that off an angle to make it neat. And then this one goes on here. In the opposite direction, so I'm going in from the side that I've just knotted. No, I'm not. I'm going in from this side, the opposite end to the side that I've just knotted. I'm a bit worried, Lisa, that it's not money that he wants, that he's lost his passport or something like that. But hopefully he just wants to show me some beautiful scenery. Right, cheap fabric chopping board cut down works great. That's a good idea, Denise. It would be sewn in the bag and sewn around the fabric like a pillow. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Cost effective as well. Right, let's knot this. Do you singe the ribbon? I normally just cut it at a 45-degree angle, Alice, because that tends to stop fraying, but you could singe it if it's polyester. If it's cotton, you'll just go up in flames. Right, and we don't want that, so that's another one finished. So I think that they're useful bags as well. It's nice having the pockets on the outside, I think. That was made in the patchwork and raspberry spot fabric. You've got a very different look, but it is perfect for storing all of your bits and bobs, or maybe your hair things, you know, your rollers, straighteners, that kind of thing. Obviously not when they're hot. And that's that. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed that. Brenda, did you make it? Julianne, fantastic idea of Christmas gift bags made from Christmas material. That's a nice idea. I'm glad you like it, Kate. Thank you. Could Gary call him? I'll give him a ring back now, Mary. We're just about done here anyway. So I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. We will be back again at the end of the month for another sew along. I've no idea what we're going to be doing yet, but it'll be something simple like that you can make in around about an hour. Oh, thanks, Lisa. If you do want to join the Half Yard Club, remember you get your free month. So go all the way through to checkout and then put the word welcome in capital letters, and we'll have you for a whole free month. And you can have a look at all 48 plus projects and all of the hints and tips, and have a look at the Ask a Member and all of that kind of thing. So do come along and join us. And don't forget, separate websites, Half Yard Club, Debbie Shaw Sewing, but you get your 10% discount, and sometimes we do double discount on that as well. So that's worth taking a look at as well. So I hope to see you over there. Thank you so much for all of you for joining me, and thank you for all of those who have already joined the Half Yard Club. I'm glad you're enjoying it. We've had a lot of you there right from the very beginning, and we all really appreciate it. So thank you very much. I shall see you again on the Debbie Shaw Sewing Facebook page and YouTube on Wednesday. Don't know what we're doing yet. It'll be a technique of some kind, and then again next Saturday as well. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. And you, Cheryl, thank you very much. And I shall see you again Wednesday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Bye-bye. Oh, just need to do this. I'm saying all that, but I haven't done my done the housework first. So off you go. I'll get on with this. And oh, come on! Not you stuck with me again now. I've gone on the go slow. Iron. Thank you, Rosina. I'm glad I didn't go quite yet. I would have left that on. Thanks, Brian. See you again next week. Bye, Peggy. Thanks, Linda. I'm still here. I'll be going in a minute, honestly, when I've done that. And now I'm going. I'll see you Wednesday. Bye-bye.